Hello everybody. This is going to be another dog yoga session. No, probably not. They'll leave once they get bored with me when I'm not playing with them. I'd like to start this video off by talking a little bit about what yoga is. The word yoga means, or the derivative, came from the meaning of to yoke. And it's about, the concept is about a connection or creating a union of the mind, body, and soul. And that's the main concept of yoga. So it's funny because when you look at yoga videos or yoga postures, it's like, I don't know if my body can do that. I don't know if, it's like this idea of perfection comes into mind. At least that's been my experience. So I wanted to just bring you the idea of yoga as something that's not perfect and something that's more meditative. And when we're doing a yoga practice, we can allow our bodies to begin to flow, which allows the mind to begin to slow down. And it becomes this connection, this experience within ourselves that we don't really pay attention when we're not practicing yoga, or if we're just going about our everyday lives. It's very similar to any kind of exercise. When something just connects and clicks together, a movement, a breath, a thought, it all just unifies. So I have this other concept of how, inspired by a client of mine, the heart is fighting the mind, or the mind is fighting the heart. These different parts of ourselves are fighting each other or not agreeing. And that's another thing that I really like about yoga and practicing yoga, is that instead of allowing a fight between the two different parts of us, we're allowing the connection. And we suddenly start to feel like we're not fighting with ourselves, and all of these other parts of ourselves are starting to come together and agree on something. And that kind of brings me back to the idea of perfection. So a lot of times, if you're practicing a posture and you're judging yourself or criticizing what your body can or at the moment can't do, maybe there's a struggle in the posture, or something not quite clicking even in the mind regarding the posture, we start to criticize and judge because we don't think we're being perfect at it. But that's the beautiful thing about yoga, and I think it's the common misconception, is that it is not perfect and it's not meant to be perfect. So I invite you to notice throughout this video and throughout your practice, this about 30 minutes, to just simply notice if you are judging your physical movements or you are judging your thoughts, and see if you can start to just allow it. Allow the difficulty. If you're feeling some difficulty, just say, okay, this is not the easiest for my body, and that's okay. Maybe I need to adjust something, or maybe it's not exactly how it's supposed to look, but that's okay. I'm not going to criticize myself for it. Instead, I'm going to be gentle, and I'm going to accept and allow whatever the practice looks like for me. So with that in mind, let's get started. So if you have your essential oils that you really like, you can go ahead and dab a little bit of your oil on your hand. Rub it in between the palms. Cradle your hands around your face, around your nose. Sit up nice and tall. And then just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And make that exhale long. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again. A couple more times on your own. Enjoying the smell, the scent, enjoying the breath. Noticing your senses. Feeling your body lift a little bit more as you inhale. Feeling yourself release and relax as you exhale. One more big breath. Open the mouth, exhale, make it long. Empty out completely. And then keeping the hands in front of your heart, palms together, we're going to open up the fingers, but keep the pinky and the thumb connected. And it creates a mudra. It's a lotus mudra. It's like a little flower. This is one of my favorite mudras. It's also the mudra of an open heart. So if you feel like you need to allow some more compassion towards yourself or to someone else, to the world, this is a good mudra to do. So let's open up into our lotus mudra. Sit up nice and tall and just close your eyes and set an intention for your practice. Maybe that intention is simply compassion, or love, or strength, or anything else that you need. And then bringing the palms and the fingers back together, we're going to inhale and lift the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms all the way down to the side. Fingertips brush the ground. And then bring it back to Anjali Mudra, which is prayer pose. Inhale, bring it up. Palms reach up towards the sky, or fingers, reach up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it all the way down. One more time. Inhale, palms towards the heart. Together, reaching up. Exhale, open up all the way down. Actually, one more time. I lied. Bring the palms together and inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open out and down. Very good. Hands on your legs. Let's just roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Create some movement in the shoulders and all the muscles around the shoulders. Let's go up and forward a couple times, reversing the circle. And then up and back. And then relax. Let's come into a butterfly. We're just going to get into the hips a little bit. So soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana is what it's called in Sanskrit. Bringing the hands to the feet. And just maybe wiggle a little from side to side. Just kind of getting into the hips. Keep the rib cage nice and open. Shoulders rolled back. And draw your heart towards your feet as you sink forward, and hinge at the hips. And you don't have to go far. You can pause and just breathe. Inhale, feel that energetic lift in the torso. Exhale, see if you can draw that chest towards your feet a little more. You can keep your hands on your feet, or you can bring your hands to the ground. Flex your toes, especially if you have some old knee injuries and need to support your knees. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale as you come back up. And what we're going to do is hold on to the knees and just round your spine, tuck your tailbone, and then inhale, lift your tailbone up and back and arch your chest forward. So like a little back bend, shoulders are back. Exhale, we're going to round like a little cat. Inhale, come into cow, which is arching back bend, tailbone up and back. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, round, and just move with your own breath. So just fluid movements. Inhale, coming up and back bending. Exhale, back and round. Maybe creating a loud breath in and out through the nose. Little constriction in the throat. Ujjayi breath. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, come up, lift your tailbone, little back bend. 2 more times. 1 more time. Lifting in the heart. Now we're going to just draw little circles. So bring your rib cage to the left and then arch your spine as you go back, and then bring your rib cage to the right and then come forward into your back bend. So just drawing a circle. And feel your pelvic bone move as you're drawing your circles. If you need to be sitting on a pillow like I am, that helps. And then reverse, so you're going towards the left, then forward, towards the right, and back. Creating that fluid movement in the spine, just feeling it like a wave. Let's do 1 more circle. And then coming back to center, we're going to lift the knees up, open the feet. If you're on your mat, maybe it's about hip distance, or not hip, sorry. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat. And then bring your hands behind you, and we're just going to lower the knees to one side, as far as you can go, bring it back up, and then go to the other side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up, keep your feet flexed. Exhale to the side. We're going to do 1 more on both sides. All right, coming back up. Let's come over onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. And if you have some old knee injuries and you need some cushion, just grab a blanket and put it underneath your knees. I always have a blanket under my knees in my own practice. Curl your toes under and then set your hips towards your heels for just a couple of breaths, maybe feeling a little stretch in your toes. If you feel any pain ever, just back out of the posture. Inhale, come back up to a tabletop. Keep your toes curled under. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then you're going to set your hips and your tailbone towards the wall behind you or towards your heels. Maybe the heels draw closer to the mat. Maybe they don't. Maybe you pedal out one at a time. If you notice your shoulders are directly above your wrists, see if you can draw your armpits back and down towards the mat just a little more. Rotating the shoulders outward and away from the ears. Pressing into the spread fingers. Couple of full breaths. Full breath in. And exhale. exhale, walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Let's come into a forward fold, Uttanasana. So interlocking the arms, letting the head be heavy, little bend in the knees. Maybe rocking from side to side. Maybe letting the upper body just sway from side to side. Full breath into the back, into the rib cage. Just remembering non-judgment as you practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you find yourself getting caught in judgment or criticism, just say, oh, I'm thinking. So we're going to halfway lift, bring the hands to the shins, little flat back here, draw the chin slightly in, back of the neck is long. Sits bones, lift them up and back as much as you can. So if you feel like you're rounding here in the waist and the tailbone's tucked, see if you can lift the tailbone and then draw the chest and the rib cage slightly down and forward. Shoulders roll back. You could balance something on your back. And then exhale, fold all the way forward and bring the hands to the mats, to your mat. If you have blocks, you can use blocks, completely optional. And take your right leg back, lifting it off of the mat and reaching it behind you. And if you notice your right hip is starting to move up, see if you can even it back with the left hip. See if you can lift in the chest just a little bit. This is going to turn into a little balancing posture, but let's see if we can get our stability here first. So pressing the feet into the mat, or the foot. Maybe a little bend in the knee, and then see if you can let go of your blocks. Lift the arms out. Maybe you're wobbly like me, that's okay. Practicing non-judgment, which is one of the reasons I wanted to throw in a balancing posture. Find a drishti, so a focal point, and just watch it and stare at it. So you can keep the shoulders rolled back if you're balancing. Just keep breathing. Maybe smiling at yourself. Take a nice breath and bring your hands all the way down to the floor or to the blocks, that if you have blocks. Very good. And we're going to step that right foot back and come into a lunge. You don't have to use blocks here. Yeah. All right. So we're going to bring the right hand to the ground. It's on the inside of that foot. And then left arm is going to reach up to the sky. Keep your back leg strong. Take a nice full breath. And then exhale, bring the hand all the way down. You're back in your lunge. And then drop your right knee. And we're going to wiggle that left foot slightly forward. And then shift the hips back so that your right hip is right over your right knee. Straighten out your front leg. And you don't have to lock it out, because that's not very good for your knee joint. So a little bend in the knee is okay. See if you can flex your left foot. Extending in the rib cage, chest going towards your toes. If you want to use blocks here, you can use blocks to lift yourself up a little. If you have them. Couple of breaths. Just kind of getting a nice stretch in that left leg. This is called Hanumanasana. I think I said that right. On your inhale, we're going to bend the knee and come back to that low lunge. And really press your left foot and your right leg into the mat as you rise all the way up, reaching the arms up. Shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale and bring your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. If this feels okay today, you can also grab opposite elbows. Inhale as you draw the knuckles past your tailbone, roll your shoulders back. Feel a little back bend. Keep breathing. Make sure that left knee is over the left ankle. Kind of bone stacking there. One more breath. And then if your hands are interlaced, we're going to release and reach up on a breath in. Exhale as you bring the hands all the way back down. And then lift that back knee up. And we're going to walk into a straddle with the arms. So take that left hand to the inside of your left foot. And then walk, 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 walk. Turn all 10 toes to the side. You're in a straddle. You're walking with your hands, by the way. My words are kind of off today, I feel like, but hopefully you got that. All right, so the hands can be connected to the ground. Make sure your toes are facing forward, maybe slightly pigeon-toed as you're in your straddle. You can do pedestal fingers. You can walk the fingers out a little bit and maybe shift the weight into the balls of the feet. A little different stretch. You can also pedestal fingers, walk them more in between the feet and shift into your heels. Maybe even lifting your toes if that feels okay today. Maybe drawing yourself a little closer to the ground. Maybe releasing your neck here. See if you can lift that tailbone up a little higher, lengthening out in the rib cage. One more breath. Big full breath in and out. And then we're going to walk the hands again back to that left foot. Turn all 10 toes forward. You're back in your lunge. And we're going to step that left foot back into a plank or push-up pose. And we're just going to hold this for 3 full breaths. Just building some strength. If you need to bring your knees down, you can. Shoulders away from your ears, pressing into the fingers. Breathe. One more full breath in. And out. Nice breath in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So lifting the hips and the tailbone up. Sitting the hips back towards your heels. Maybe pedaling it out. Full breath in and out. On your next exhale, walk the feet up to your hands. Come into that Uttanasana, forward fold. This time we're going to sit the hips back a little bit. Bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair. Bring the arms out to the side, shoulders rolled back. See if you can lift the chest just slightly. Maybe even lifting your toes. Feel how strong your legs are. Press the feet into the mat and root down, and then inhale and rise all the way up to standing. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring it down to your heart. And maybe open up to that Lotus Mudra. And close your eyes for a breath. Remember your intention. Or just simply notice how you feel right now. Do you feel like you're getting caught in thoughts, or do you feel like you're in a meditative moment, finding some movement and stillness, finding a connection or a union between the thoughts and the body and the soul, or any other parts of yourself, the heart and the mind coming together, feeling solid, feeling like one.
Yes, I understand every life must end.
On an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. Exhale, we're going to swan dive forward, so bend to the knees deep, and exhale all the way down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, fold, and we're going to step that left leg and reach it back. Not step it back, but just reach it back. So lifting it off the mat. If you want your blocks, grab your blocks if you have them. Make sure that left hip is even with the right hip. I felt mine popping up there. Maybe the back foot is pointed or flexed. See if you can lift in the chest a little bit. Maybe starting to root down in that right foot and lift the hands off of the blocks. Find a focal point. Drishti. Keep breathing. You might be wobbly, that's okay. On an exhale, bring your hands back down, and then step the left foot all the way back, come into your lunge. Left palm plants to the ground, right arm, inhale, reach it up. In a twist, back leg is strong. Full breath in. Exhale, bring the right hand all the way down. Drop your back knee, wiggle the right foot forward. Let's come into Hanumanasana, so shift the hips back, straightening out the front leg, maybe a little bend is okay. See if you can lengthen in the upper body, heart towards your toes. Evening out the hips. On an inhale, bend your right knee. We're going to come back to that low lunge. Being patient with yourself. Press your feet and your leg into the mat and inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe the arms come behind you, interlacing fingers. Inhale, lengthen out the arms, roll the shoulders back. Just noticing the sensations in your body. Release the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Hands that are framing your foot. Lift your back knee. Bring that right hand to the inside of your right foot, and we're going to walk the hands into a straddle. So turn all 10 toes, pointing to the side. I'm going to face you. Sorry. Okay. Maybe drawing yourself a little closer to the ground. Release your head if that feels good. Release your neck. Maybe swaying a little from side to side. Bringing the left hand to the center in between your legs. Kind of lifting up in the torso into a flat back a little bit. Inhale, bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, bring the right hand all the way down, switch sides. Inhale, left arm lifts up to the sky. Exhale, bring it down, and keep moving at your own pace with your own breath. Reaching up on an inhale, exhale, coming down. So keep moving. more on both sides. And then bringing both hands to center. Start drawing yourself a little bit closer to the mat. One more full breath in and out. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands back to your right foot. Turn all 10 toes forward. And then we're going to step back to our downward facing dog. Samuel. I just got kicked right off. Full breath in and out here. Full breath in. As you exhale, walk the feet back up to the hands. Bending in the knees a little bit. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach it up again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Walk the feet all the way back to downward facing dog. And then on your next exhale, bring your knees all the way down to the mat. And let's roll over on our backs. And then pull your knees into your chest. Give them a big squeeze. Maybe bring your nose to your knees. Rock a little from side to side if that feels good. And then lift the legs up towards the ceiling like you're standing on the ceiling. So flex your feet and then circle your ankles. Reverse it. And then pull your knees back in one more time. And then relax all the way down. If you want to come into a reclined butterfly, you can bring the soles of the feet together. Or you can straighten your legs out all the way and just allow the arms to settle open. Palms up in acceptance and allowance. Maybe rocking the head a little from side to side, allowing the eyes to start to close. Take a couple of full breaths into the belly, into the chest. With every exhale, allow your body to release and let go. Just melt into the ground. Feeling and noticing the support under you. And feel free to stay here as long as you like. Just noticing your breath. Noticing how you feel, how you've changed since the beginning, since we first started. Allowing compassion to wash over you. As always, it is an honor to guide you in this practice. Love and light to all of you. Namaste.